I just talked to her. She's feeling great, and I think she'll be back out there tomorrow. So it's a crazy time we live in, you know, when people think there's something unusual about getting the flu. Last time I checked, millions of people were getting it every year.
Well, that's former President Bill Clinton downplaying Hillary's condition to the flu when the doctor said it was pneumonia. Is that a big deal? Mike Huckabee, former governor of Arkansas, Fox News contributor, Trump supporter as well. I don't know. Do you see that as a big deal there or not?
Well, you know, one of the things I was waiting to hear was Dr. Bill Clinton, ER stat. I mean, he goes from being a campaigner to a medical diagnostician. The fact that he called it the flu when the reality is her own doctor said it was pneumonia. Does it matter? Here's what matters, Bill. What matters is the cover-up. There's an old saying in politics, it's not the crime that'll do you in, it's the cover-up. That's what did in Nixon. And I think it's what's going to do in Hillary Clinton. If she'd have come out and said, look, I have 3 chronic diseases, here's what they are, here's how they affect me, but I can still be president, people would have shrugged their shoulders and say, you know what, a lot of people deal with issues. But that's not what has happened. She's perfectly fit, but she falls down. You know, she has these issues. Nobody really knows what it is. The latest is that it's pneumonia. Now Bill's saying it's the flu. What the heck is it? It's the cover-up, and that's a problem for someone where 70% of Americans don't trust her anyway. This just adds to that.
Well, there's a piece in Politico this morning. Here's the headline. It says Bill Clinton is no longer the closer. Now, he stood in for her in California, those fundraisers, but is he lacking the effectiveness he once had?
Well, I think he is lacking it. Look, let's keep in mind, the last time he was on the ballot was 20 years ago. And if somebody voted, let's say in 1996 and they were 18, they were casting their first vote, they're 38 years old. They've probably got 3 kids and they're well into their careers. That's a long time. In political terms, that's a lifetime. And there are a lot of voters. Think of all those people under the age of 38. They've never seen Bill Clinton on the ballot. And you see the numbers of the crowds. They don't show up for Bill Clinton. And in all honesty, and he's still effective in some ways, but he doesn't have that magic that he once had at the podium. He just doesn't seem to have the energy that he once had.
In that article, DNC member, no name given, is quoted by saying the following: when you see Bill Clinton, the first thing you think of is not Hillary, it's not tomorrow, it's the former president, and it's yesterday. But 2008 wasn't that long ago, Gov.
Well, 2008 wasn't that long ago. It was 8 years ago. But again, in political terms, a lot of things have happened. And I'll tell you something. Bill Clinton has aged in these 8 years, aged a lot. I mean, if he's the poster child for veganism, I think most people are going to be carnivores because he just doesn't look that strong and that well. And he's always been a very, healthy and virile man, but he doesn't look that way, and he doesn't deliver those lines with the kind of punch that he once did. So I think whoever at the DNC is saying that, they're probably right.
Yeah, I think, though, if they were all on stage, it's like Murderers Row. The president, the first lady, Joe Biden, Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton. But you don't get the sense that they have a real personal likeness toward one another. That's just the sense I get. Now, tell me this. Why do you?
There's a reason they don't.
Why do you believe the polls are shifting? And in a general sense, do you think this campaign or election is shifting?
I think this is definitely a shift. I've said all along I still thought Donald Trump was going to win, even when he was at his low point during the summer and all the aftermath of the Democratic National Convention. I said, this thing doesn't start till Labor Day. A couple of things have happened. One, Donald Trump has gotten on message, stayed on message. He continues to pack them in by the thousands. And I'm not talking about people silently sitting rubbing their chins. These are people enthusiastically ready to go into hell with a water pistol for Donald Trump. On the other side, you see Hillary's numbers. They're continuing to just tumble for a couple of reasons. One, we're more unsure about her than we've ever been, not only about her policies and her connections with foreign governments and selling off everything that wasn't tied down through the Clinton Foundation, but also now about her health and, most of all, her trustworthiness. This is on a trajectory that Donald Trump, if he stays on it, will focus, stay on message, not get distracted, focus on what got him here. He wins the presidency.
Mike Huckabee, we'll see if you're right. 55 days, I do believe, today. Thank you, Governor, for your time today.
You bet, Bill.